In this lecture, we're going to add a defeated animation to the player and enemies. Currently, nothing happens when a character's health reaches 0. If the health of a character is 0, an animation should play to indicate they're dead. The K-Kit animation pack has an animation for this specific action. Let's check it out. In the Game Assets/Characters folder, search for the K-Kit model. Under the Animations tab, search for the Defeat animation clip. Let's play the animation. The animation is the character falling over. I think it's perfect for our game. Before we start programming, we should create an event. Upon completing the animation, characters should disappear from the game. They shouldn't remain on the ground forever. However, we must wait for the animation to finish. By adding an event at the end of the animation, we can execute code for deleting the character from the scene. Under the Events section, let's add an event at the end of the animation. Call it onCompleteDefeat. Lastly, apply the changes. After adding the event, let's add this animation to the Animator controller. In the Animations folder, double-click on the Character controller. Unlike our other animations, the Defeat animation should be transitional from any state. If we were to connect it with a specific animation, only that animation could transition into the Defeat state. Characters should be able to play the Defeat state at any time. Luckily, Unity provides us with a state called AnyState. This state represents all states from our game. By adding a transition from this state, any state can transition into the Defeat state. Let's add a new state to the controller. Set the name of the state to Defeat. For the motion field, set the value to the Defeat animation clip. Lastly, let's create a transition by right-clicking on the AnyState. The transition should be into the Defeat state. By default, the transition plays automatically. This should not be the case. The transition should occur when the character's health reaches 0. Let's add a trigger parameter. The name of the parameter should be called Defeated. Next, click on the transition. Under the Conditions section, add a new condition. The condition should be the defeated trigger. There's one more step before we've successfully added the animation. We should create a constant for referencing the trigger. Otherwise, we must type a string, which can cause a typo. In Visual Studio Code, open the Constants class. Let's add a new constant called DefeatedAnimatorParam. The value for this constant will be the defeated parameter. We're finished. Our animation is ready. The next step is to trigger the animation when the player's health reaches 0. In the next lecture, let's handle this step. I'll see you there.